I finally got round to transcribing a session for you guys. I'm so sorry. It is the summer, so it's been pretty busy. And I've also been finishing off my second book in the Isadora Stone series. So the first book is Isadora Stone and the Magic Portal. The second book that I've literally just finished is Isadora Stone and the Battle for Inner Earth. So all of those people out there that are starseeds, that really love a good fiction book, but there isn't that much out there that you actually are interested in anymore because you're a starseed and you're awake. Well, I write fiction books for starseeds, so check out Isadora Stone and the Magic Portal. The second book has just gone to the editors today, so it should be live on Amazon in the next couple of weeks, but I'll keep you updated on that. So I have a session for you today. What was great about this session was it was a man, which is lovely because I don't get very many men who come to see me. So that was lovely. And he was one of the most calm, peaceful, centered individuals that I've ever met. So upon meeting this guy, from the second I met him, he just made me feel totally peaceful, totally happy, totally calm. And it really, really did feel to me like I was in the presence of an ascended master, somebody that was a very, very high vibration. And I've only ever felt that one other time in my life. So I was really, really excited to see where this guy went because I wanted to see, what's this guy's history? What's his past? Why is he so calm? Why is he so peaceful? Why is it when I sit opposite him, I just feel so happy? And this is where he went. So let's pop my glasses on so I can see. So I'll just briefly glide over the beginning of the session because it was one of those sessions, and this is why I don't share my videos as the actual videos of the people. I might start sharing the odd bits here and there, but there's so many issues. People talk really slow, people talk really quietly. There's massive gaps in between people saying one thing to saying the next thing, and that was what was happening in this session. And also it took quite a while for us to get into the goods. So I'm just going to give you a flavour at the beginning of what actually happened, and then I'll start reading the actual transcribed words of the session. Okay? All right. So to start off with, he came into a really basic house, like a really basic cottage, stone house with a thatched roof. There was a very, very basic bed inside. We found that there was a brown robe that had some rope around the middle. And we discovered, as I asked him a multitude of questions, that he spent the majority of his day reading and trying to learn as much as he could about everything. He wanted to know everything about everything. He didn't socialise much. He occasionally went down into the town, and when he did, he might have the odd chat here and there with, a few individuals, but really it was just to get food and things that he needed to take back up to his little house where he sat on his own and read and meditated. So that was the first half of the session. So that took quite a long time. Then, because I realised that not much was happening, I moved him on. And next, he went to this place where it was all white. Everything was white. And at first I thought, has he gone back to source? Because that happens a lot. People go back to source, and that's amazing when that happens. But as I asked more and more questions, we found out that he wasn't, and that he'd actually gone to a library. So I'm going to read the session from this point on. What do you do in this space when you are there? Oh, there's a library. So this was quite exciting because up to this point, everything was white. We couldn't see anything. It was just white. Tell me about this library. It's white. Everything's white. The books are white. The shelves are white. It's huge. It goes up really high. Can you go up to one of these books and take it out in this library? No, I'm an observer. There are people walking around, but these are the people. Can they get to the books? It's like they work there or they protect this place. I can't see their faces. Why is it that you are in this place with this library? I come here to learn. What is it that you want to learn? Everything. But everything is love. And I'm here to learn about everything to do with love. Do you come to this place a lot? Do you come here often? I think so. There's the people that work there. They are wearing the same thing that I was wearing, that brown robe that I was describing. So this was the brown robe earlier in the session, very brown, very basic, that had like a tweed belt around the middle. You said that these people keep this place safe. Who are they keeping it safe from? They are guarding it, like a library clerk would guard something, helping others to read and learn. Is that the role that you play in this place? I'm not sure. Then he kind of closed up a bit then, and I couldn't get much more out of him. I think he was trying himself to work out what was going on in this library, and he wasn't really sure. So I closed the scene and I moved him somewhere else. What do you see? The desert. Describe what you see. Sandy plains, dunes. I don't know why I'm here. And as you look at this desert and you scan the scenery, what do you look like? Dark-skinned, tanned, hairy arms, hair on the tops of my hands. I love it when people go into detail like that. I absolutely love it. Hairs on the tops of my hands. I've got this robe-type cloak thing on with a hood. What colour is the robe? Brown again. And I've got sandals, brown with crisscross straps going up the legs. I'm slightly older. I'm here because of Tutankhamun. What is it about Tutankhamun that means you are in this desert? I don't know. What role is it that you are playing here? I look after sacred places. You protect them? Yes. So you are a guardian. Why does Tutankhamun need protection? I'm not sure. And again, he was struggling to fully go into the life and the body that he was in. So I had to get him to identify with that body a bit more so we could get to the information. So I asked him if he was carrying anything in his hands. And as soon as I asked him if he was carrying anything in his hands, straight away he went, a stick. And I could tell then he was in. He was in then, he was in the zone. Describe the stick for me. It's long with swirls on the top, cut into the wood, swirling around, and then it gets to the top where it's a snake's head with fangs coming out. It looks like a cobra. What does that stick represent to you? What does it mean? I'm hearing something to do with the order. What is this order that you belong to? Osiris. Osiris's order. He put together an order, and I'm not too sure if the order was put together in the past and I'm alive in the future looking after Tutankhamun, or if what I'm witnessing is in the past. But I know that it is a tomb that we are protecting and guarding because it's a special place. There are many special places that need protecting. Now, I thought this was interesting as well. later on, when I brought this gentleman out, he told me that he'd never heard of Osiris before. He had absolutely no idea who Osiris was. I do know who Osiris is. So when he was talking, I was thinking to myself, I'm guessing that this is in the past, but because he'd not heard of Osiris before, he had no idea where he was. So he didn't know if he was in the future or if he was in the past. What's special about this place? Why does it need protecting? Knowledge. How would one access this knowledge? You have to be inside. Why do you have to be inside to access this knowledge? It's all shoved in there. Scribes, ornaments. That was interesting as well. I certainly don't refer to anything as a scribe. But when he was referring to teachings and writing, he called them scribes. Why doesn't Osiris want anyone to have access to this knowledge? To guard it from those who will bring harm to the world. And who are those who will bring harm to the world? Us, mankind, humans, people that travel. I can't tell whether it's the future or now, but there are people who travel on ships. They raid, they steal, they rape. So it's more a case of the knowledge being lost, both literally and metaphorically. They come, they steal, but they don't understand the value of the things that they are stealing. And so it ends up in the hands of people who don't understand. And then it passes on to more people until it finds eventually people who will abuse the knowledge. It's making sure that that doesn't happen. What role do you play in this, and how do you protect it? There's an entrance, and it's hidden. I stand outside the entrance, and I hide it. How do you keep it hidden? And then he laughs. He's laughing because he's starting to realise that he has these special powers that he obviously doesn't have as a human, and he finds it quite humorous. I have powers. I have the stick thing in my right hand, and my left hand is raised. I point them out. I close my eyes, and I create a field that shields the entrance, and people can't see it. Is there anyone else that helps you? No, I'm the main guy. But I know how to be with myself. You mentioned people who came on the ships and raided. Who are these people? Men. They do it all over, not just here. It's different groups, not one of the same. So you have the men in armour. What colour is that armour? Metallic dark silver. There's a horse on the chest armour. And there's pirates. You said they come in ships? Yes. And I was a bit confused here. I didn't know whether they were ships like that you sail on the sea with, or whether they were spaceships. So I say, are they from another planet? No. Sea ships with paddles hanging out of the sides. Huge ships. It's all about wealth and power. Conquering. The pirates feel like they have something to prove. They don't come from anything. They are poor and they live hard lives, and they follow their captain, and he basically manipulates them into thinking that they have something to prove. Versus the other guys who represent an army or a nation, and the guys who in armour, they do know what they are trying to take. Why do they want it? Why do they want this stuff that you are protecting? It means more power. It's that simple. There's nothing more to it. It's just about power. And as this person that protects this space where Tutankhamun's tomb is and puts up this field, you said that you were part of Osiris's order. Describe Osiris for me. A man, white, he's not alive. We're spread out. There are others, but I don't know him personally. He's respected. Despite his political wrongdoings, he was wise and wanted to protect knowledge, and for that we respect him. How many of there are you in this brotherhood? You said that you were spread out all over. I want to say 6, but that's just for here where I am. But there's other people in other parts of the world who do a similar thing. And as a brotherhood, have you guys always lived on Earth? Yes. He didn't sound too sure about that. So this was where you were born and raised on Earth? No. Where were you born and raised? Pluto. Oh, I love my job. It's just the best job in the world. I just get so excited because you never know where people are going to go. I've never been to Pluto before. Pluto's never come up. So as soon as he said Pluto, I was just like, yes. Pluto. Why do you feel Pluto? It's what I'm being told. What else are you being told about Pluto? What else do you know about Pluto? Big, beautiful. There's a beautiful city. It was a very long time ago that I was there. Do you remember anything else about Pluto? No. How is it that you ended up on Earth? I was brought to Earth when I was young, to learn, to grow, to protect. How were you chosen? Was there something special about you and the others that you mention? Yes, but the special thing was our parents. I've heard this so many times. What was special about your parents? Who they were? They were like a king and a queen, but not. They were the highest level of beings on our planet. They were really upset when I had to go, but they knew that it had to be done. They did not want me to go, but they did not have a choice. And like the others, they are like my brothers and sisters, but not from the same parents. But they too had parents who were regarded as beings that were more higher up. And then he said, I know that sounds wrong. I'm not explaining it right. Higher up's the wrong way to describe it, but they were more evolved. You were brought to Earth to learn and protect. Yes. Why was it important that you protect these sacred places on Earth? It's the natural way of things. Bad things happen. So you have to protect what is pure, what needs to stand the test of time. It's part of the way. Things aren't going to be the same. The route that man is taking means that bad things will happen, and that abuse is what causes the self-destruction. And it's like the old saying, knowledge is power, and that power implodes when used incorrectly, so it's the reason why we hide it. What will happen if mankind carry on doing the things that they are doing? Then he starts to really try and focus in on the time where he is, and he realises that he is what we consider to be in our past. So he says, the time that I am looking at it from, it hasn't happened. But from this perspective, it's to ensure that there is no implosion and that this knowledge is safeguarded. So you are protecting it and keeping it safe? Yes. And how is that going? Good. It's easy. These men are wild and erratic, and they can only see what moves at the same speed as them. So we are still. And this safe place, this safe space, my shield is still, and they can't find it. Then he starts laughing. It's funny because it's ironic. Why is that? Because even now, whenever this is, these people are being looked out for. It's the same old song. It's the few individuals that manipulate the larger groups, the masses. They are being looked out for because it's not their fault. It's like man is wired in such a way that they just go along with the group. There's this thirst to believe what they hear, so they follow blindly. But we know it's not their fault, and so we do what we must. So then I close the past life part because all of that took an hour. And this is why I do my videos in the medium that I do, because I condense it down, I read it quickly so you get the information quick. But that entire thing took an hour. So now I move my client into connecting with his higher self. And so the superconscious, where we are able to ask questions about things. And this part of us has the knowledge of everything. And my client had a question about the sun because he has felt less connected to the sun in recent times, and he wanted to know why that was. So this was the question that he asked. The sun that we see in our sky at the moment seems unusually bright. Is it the real sun? No. What's happening to the real sun? It's there. Your governments have their ways, but you don't need to worry about that. So why are they using this sun simulator? They are hiding something. What are they hiding? You will all be able to see soon. Now, this guy's higher self was one of those higher selves that obviously is very, very, very high. So if you think of the other side of the veil, you know, some of the parts that are lower down in the lower dimensional levels are still quite connected to their lifetimes where they too have been in density, and they answer with more information. Some of the really, really higher up, higher selves that are almost connected to source itself do not divulge too much information. And this guy, because he was very, very high vibration, his higher self did not give a lot of information because I believe he was really, really high up. So when I ask, you know, about the question about the sun, what's it hiding? All I got was, you will be able to see soon. So again, I say, is it the ships that are all congregated around the sun? Is that what they are hiding? Is that why the sun simulator is there, the really bright sun, to hide the real sun that has these ships congregated around it? And the answer I got was yes. Then I asked some questions about the event, as I always do, to try and get some more information. So the first question I asked was, any new information on the event that we perceive to be a wave of love light coming to the earth? There was a long pause here, and it was almost as if my client's higher self was trying to decide exactly how much information to give us. And he said, it's coming. So be prepared. Life is what you make it. So is your reality. It will be different for different people. It will be all around love. Prepare in whatever way is best for you. So I was like, okay, but what can we do to prepare? Be kind. Be compassionate. Be the best version of yourself. Raise your vibration. Open your heart. Open your mind. Be the best you. Uplift your soul. So be in joy. What can we do to raise our vibration? You can only raise your vibration if you choose to. Some people do not realize that you make a choice. Then I was like, oh, come on, I need to get some more information. So I said, when you say prepare in the best way for you, what kinds of things can we be doing to prepare? And my client, bless him, his higher self was like, oh, you know these answers. Because I work with the higher self, the superconscious, all the time. I think they're probably getting fed up of me asking the same questions over and over and over again. But I always ask, because you never know, you might get some more information. And this was the final answer that I was given. You know the answers, but for the sake of answering this question, what is pure? What is love? What is light? What makes the day? And what creates the night? Life. And that was it. They did not want to give me any more information. So, my perspective on everything is, and I've heard a heck of a lot of information now. I've heard a lot of information in my sessions about the event. I listen to so many channelings. I listen to so many QHHT practitioners and their clients and what they've said about the event. And my perspective is this. It is coming. It's coming soon. All we have to do is look around the world that we are living in at the moment to see that the system that we have had in place for a very long time is breaking down. That's my stomach. Sorry, I'm starving. The reason the system is breaking down is because the light that is coming in. We're moving into a new era, a new age. We've been through the dark period, the darkness, where the darkness has reigned. And we are now in the age of Aquarius. We're now in the golden age. When we passed the marker in 2012, we now moved into the new age. And what we are witnessing now is the systematic breakdown of the old realm. And we are building a new world. So for me, what I intend to do over the next months, years, and I don't feel that it will be too much longer. I think we're talking 2 years max. So, you know, the people that say the event's not going to happen until 2039 or whatever, I really don't believe that it's that far away. And the reason for that is, can you imagine where this world would have descended to by 2039 if the big wave of light has not arrived by then? The pulling apart of the two realities, the two realms of consciousness, is happening now. The 3D realm is going one way. The 5D realm is going the other way. And what we are witnessing in real time is the friction of those two realms still coexisting together. But it's a stream of 5D consciousness and a stream of 3D consciousness. And at a certain point, when the 5D stream has reached a certain vibration, my opinion is at that point it will trigger the wave of love and light, because we have Father, Son, Mother Earth, who are waiting for as many of their children as possible to make this shift. We've spent a lot of time in this density, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, for this golden lifetime. And they are going to ensure that as many of their children as possible make this shift. So for them, they've waited so long, a few more months, a couple more years is not going to make too much more difference to them, in order to ensure that as many of their children as possible make this shift into the positive 5D consciousness of the new earth. So my opinion is it will happen within the next couple of years. And okay, so if it's going to happen within the next couple of years, what can we be doing to prepare? So there's several things that we can be doing to prepare. Number one of the first things that you can do, which is so easy, is change your diet. Change your diet. Start eating things which contain life. And by that I mean that contain the sun, that contains water. So things that are grown from the ground, from the mother, from Mother Earth. Start eating healthy vegetables, fruits, pulses. Drink good quality water that does not contain fluoride, because that stuff is poison. Drink good quality water. Eat good quality fruit and vegetables, and get creative with this stuff. You know, add herbs, add spices, make it fun. It doesn't have to be boring. And you'll find that when you make the changes and you start eating in a more healthy way, that, you know, you crave less meat. And if you do still want to eat meat, that's absolutely fine if you do want to, but make sure that you are eating organic meat, and that the animals, that if you are choosing to eat animals, make sure that those animals have had a really, really good life, that they have felt joy. And other changes that we can make. Be happy. That's one of the biggest changes that you can make. If you can flick the switch in your mind that says, no matter where I am, if I'm in 3D, if I'm in 5D, no matter where I am, no matter where I find myself, I'm going to make the choice to be happy. If you can do that for yourself, you are halfway there. Because if you can be in joy, then you will take that frequency, that vibration with you everywhere. So you can be happy in 3D, you can be happy in 5D. Do things that make you happy. Share your light. Be creative. If you enjoy making art, do it. You know, paint daily. Draw daily. If you enjoy writing, and this is my joy, this is what I enjoy, this is what makes me tick. As well as healing people, as well as helping people, I enjoy writing. So I write. I write about things which I hope are going to help people. You know, helping people get the best out of hypnosis session, helping people raise their vibration, helping people read a really good fiction book, because I love reading. You know, when Harry Potter came out, I was a huge fan of Harry Potter, and I haven't read anything since then that I've enjoyed like Harry Potter. And with my fiction books, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. And I'm not for a second saying that my writing's anywhere near as good as J.K. Rowling, but that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create some fiction out there that people who do have an awakened consciousness, who are operating from the 5D level, who are starseeds, they will read this stuff and think, God, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, it reminded me of home. So that's what makes me tick. And on that topic of conversation, if I do have any artists who are listening to this video who fancy doing me some artwork for my books, I would really, really love to hear from you. I did have a lady who said that she would help me with some artwork, but she's not been back in touch since, so I don't think that's happening. So I would really, really, really love some good artwork for my books, because I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I never do, but I do know that the book cover on my fiction books, they are drawn by my children, which I love. That's great. But, you know, new people looking at my books will probably just think, yeah, I'm not going to buy that. It's probably going to be rubbish. And the story's great. So if you are an artist and you would like to collaborate with me and do some artwork for my books, please do get in touch, because I would love to speak to you and to see if we could work something out on that. So yeah, be in your joy. Do things that make you happy. Spend time with the people that you love. Yes, I know we all have to work because we are in 3D and we have to earn money. But when you have your free time, do things for you that make you happy. Meditate, connect with your spirit guides, connect with your higher self, do yoga, stretch, bring light into your body. You can raise your vibration so much by doing that. There's so many things that you can do. Connect with your planet. Go out into nature. Listen to the sounds of the birds. Feel the breeze on your skin. Listen to the sound of a stream running and put your feet into the stream. Look for fairies. They're real. Have a great time. Enjoy being here. We're on Earth in the time of the Great Shift. We're actually incarnated on Earth in the time of the Great Shift, which sees the Earth transition from the Dark Ages to the Light Ages. Enjoy being here. Feel hope again. Feel happiness again. Feel joy. Spend time with the people that you love. That is so important. Make heartfelt connections with new people. Reach out to people. There's so many people that are awake now. And I know as a starseed myself, personally, in the past, I would keep myself reserved because I was frightened, fear of rejection, you know, not wanting to show too much of myself. But now, this is the time that we can actually show who we are. We are beings of light that have incarnated on this planet in the time of the Great Shift to help this shift. So let's do this. And that is going to be it from me for today. I will share another session as soon as I have time. It won't be till next week, but I will start frequently sharing sessions again now. Had a little bit of a lapse over the summer because I've been really busy, but I'm going to get back on it now. I love you all. Thank you so much to everybody who takes the time to comment on my videos. I read every single one, and you know I respond to every single message. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do, it's free. And if you have any friends that you think might be interested in my channel, please do ask them to subscribe as well, because the more people I have watching my channel, the better. I hope whatever you do today, you have a fantastic day. And whatever you do, make sure you keep vibrating high. Till next time, bye.